Hi, guys. Welcome back to Let's Chat. I'm your host, Nikki Luciano. Tonight, we're only joined by Mason and Destiny because Missy is off with her family at the zoo. They have some nighttime zoo activity thing going on. So, let's see. News around here. Last Sunday, we went to the Witch's Triangle, and that's in Whitewater, Wisconsin. And Missy kind of wanted to go to the cemetery first. Which cemetery was that? Calvary?
Yep.
Yeah. So Calvary, because the first night that we went there a month and a half or so ago, we ran into another paranormal investigation team. And rather than do our investigating, we thought we'd tag along and try to pick up some, how-tos from this other group who's been at it a lot longer than I have. Well, publicly. I mean, I used to do my own thing, but I just never went on YouTube or Facebook with it or anything like that. I've been at this shit for 50 years now. So yeah, they're an awesome group. They're called Go Get 'Em Paranormal, and you can check them out on YouTube. She is phenomenal. That girl could talk the devil out of fire and brimstone. She's made for it. I think she'd be an amazing talk show host because she just pops it off like it's second nature. I mean, she is good. I've seen almost every single one of her videos, and I am in awe. And but getting back to the Witch's Triangle, we went to Calvary Cemetery first to visit the grave of Nellie Horan, who basically poisoned her whole family, all for the inheritance of, life insurance and shit. And totally cold-blooded bitch, let me tell you. But I don't know. I mean, we got a lot of hits at that cemetery, but I was just itching to get back to the Witch's Tower because the ambiance was perfect. I mean, we had a full moon, and I felt it in my bones that I needed to be there. You know what I mean? So we go there and we get everything set up right off the bat. I mean, the second I set up my flashlights that I communicate with spirit with, they started popping off, just blink, blink, blink. And I mean, I had just received these flashlights, and the entire road trip there, they didn't go on or off or anything, by themselves. But the second we got at that tower, they were blinking like they were sending out an SOS, let me tell you. If you hear tapping, that's my dog, Goliath. He's in the kitchen tapping around with his toenails. He needs a nail trim. But there was just a real unsettling feeling once we got there. I don't know. Have you ever had that like report card stomach or that feeling in the pit of your gut where you're like, oh shit, what did I do? What did I get myself into? But, I was trying to be patient with the whole flickering flashlight thing. I decided to treat them like a toddler, like I would treat a toddler, and wait until they settle down before you try to talk to them because there's no point in the whole static, the back and forth and nobody getting anywhere. So well, when we were standing by the tower looking at the light flashing and flashing and flashing, Mason, Destiny, and Missy pointed out that there was a tree behind us that had like a strap wrapped around one of the branches. And I thought at first, because it was a college campus, that they had maybe a pinata party or something, and who knows what was in there. But it was tied up too well, and too sturdy to be just for a pinata. But as we're looking at the tower, we hear rocks being thrown. It sounded like either rocks or chunks of concrete. And some came really close to hitting Mason. Now, picture it, you're standing in front of a tower, but behind you is a tree. Behind the tree is a pavilion, what, maybe 50 yards away, if that. And so we thought that somebody, it was pitch black out. So we thought somebody was at the pavilion throwing rocks at us to get our attention or to make us freak out, oh, let's scare the ghost hunters. But we ended up walking over there a couple times. I mean, we didn't get to record it all, but we got some of it. But when we went to the pavilion, it was like pitch black in there, and we had flashlights and we're looking around. There was nothing there. At one point in time, Destiny felt the need to pick up a big branch because she was ready to mollywop some mother effer, let me tell you. And I went to the car and got some protection too. But yeah, I decided to put it away because it wasn't the time nor the place. But we went back, we just ignored everything. At one point in time, to our right, when you're facing the tower, to our right, there's this parking lot, maybe 100 yards out. Mason, Destiny, and Missy, because I've got very bad vision, saw what looked like two people. One was wearing a hooded sweatshirt with the hood pulled up, and the other one was a blonde girl sitting facing each other, talking to each other. And we kept our eye on them, but as we got to them, they were gone. And there was no bushes or anything like that, or any kind of, trees or anything like that that could have, spooked us or anything. It was definitely somebody sitting there, facing each other, talking to each other. And the throwing of the rocks and concrete continued throughout the night. And we just had this feeling. Now, we come from a very long line of sensitives and clairvoyance, and something was just telling us that we were really not welcome there that night. And if we were welcome, they wanted to fuck with us. I don't know. What were you feeling?
It was like with the rock stuff, it seemed like something was trying to distract us. Because whenever we would turn to look at whatever was throwing the rocks, then something would happen behind us, like the flashlight being chucked.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't even get to that part yet.
Yeah. Oh. But I don't know. It was, like when I was there, I said it was like, I forgot how I said it. You feel like scared for your soul there.
Yeah.
Like you feel like your soul is
But
at
we
stake.
didn't the first time.
No. The first time I was like, this is kind of stupid. It's a water tower.
Yeah.
But this time there was a different feeling.
Oh, there's a whole lot more to it than just being a water tower. And what people don't realize is rocks, natural rocks like Lannon stone and limestone, quartz, all these different stones hold energy, residual energy.
And water.
And then you add water to the mix, the water tower, and it's an active tower. Water, any body of water conducts energy. And that's where you get all this spirit activity. The entire tower is made up of, what is that, Lannonstone or limestone? Yep. So there you go. You got all this energy from all these witches that congregated around that area and did rituals, I don't want to say that it scares me because it doesn't, but it's quite intriguing and it perks my interest, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
And then when we're facing the tower, they're throwing stones or gravel toward us, almost hitting Mason a few times. But then when we turn around and face the tree, all of a sudden there's chunks of concrete being thrown at us from the frickin' tower. We go back to the tower. There's like chunks of concrete and gravel all over the steps leading to the tower.
That wasn't there when we went there
And
the first time.
no, it wasn't. And Missy, I remember Missy and you, I think it was, that kept looking up at that window up there and felt like somebody was there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's no way for anybody to get in there except for the maintenance crew that goes there and works on the tower and maintains it.
They take water samples every day.
Yeah, they take water samples every day. And I mean, it was locked down tighter than, Fort Knox. But yeah, it was really, really interesting. And we were getting a lot of EVP. I still haven't listened to the recording. I took a tape recorder to get some good EVP. Because at one point, when I remember I said that I'm going to come back when you calm down, talking to the spirits, and I walked to the left of the tower, keeping the front of the gate in my vision. And then all of a sudden I hear Mason and Missy gasp at the same time. And Desi went, what did she say? When the flashlight.
She said, the flashlight fell.
And what had happened is it didn't actually fall. It was set on the latch. The latch is a flat surface, and then they have a chain wrapped around it, and it's locked. So I slid my flashlight on top of the flat latch part, and then I put the chain on top of it, and it was perfectly still. It was a calm night, not a breeze to be found anywhere. All of a sudden, the flashlight shoots out, lifts up, vibrates up and down a few times, and then flies to the ground. It was like, oh, you're not going to pay attention to me? I'm going to throw shit. I never expected to have this kind of activity when I came here. Now, I'm not a professional like Go Get 'em Paranormal. I don't have the lights on the tripod. So I've got my Jeep. I've got a new Jeep, and I had it pointed towards the tower, and I had the brights on, and it lit the tower up pretty well, the bottom half. Mm-hmm. And we had it running for how many ever hours we were there. It was just, oh my God. I'm so excited about all the activity that we got there. And what?
It was overwhelming at times how much was going on.
Yeah. But even the ride home, did you or did you not say that you felt like something was in the car with us? Yeah. And then the whole way home, I was getting hits on the meters, and they were still talking to us, talking about a crash, talking about death. Kind of had Missy freaked out. She's like, not while I'm driving, bitch.
Yeah.
But it was just really exciting for me. And I cannot wait to go on our next adventure September 9th. We're going to be heading out to Plainfield, Wisconsin, to Ed Gein's grave. And I don't know. I really dig this shit,
Yeah, Ed Gein's one, that one scares me less.
Yeah.
Than this one. Because, witches are spooky. If you look at like what witches, it's like black magic, that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. That's scary. Yeah. That's magic with the devil. Ed Gein just ate people. He's dead now.
Well, I don't think he ate him so much as he.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Jeffrey Dahmer ate him. Ed Gein just danced with their corpses and wore their skin masks.
Maybe I am worried.
I don't know. The witches really don't scare me. I'm intrigued, but that's about it.
It's very easy.
I don't know. Even when we came home, I did have this feeling that we brought somebody with us. Mm-hmm. And that's not uncommon. We do it a lot, I buy antiques and open it up and boom, we've got more spirit activity. But I go to a funeral and, going to the funeral parlor, we picked up some hitchhikers on the way home. But this was really something different. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It was activity I mean, obviously grew up with activity my whole life.
Yeah.
But it's activity like I've never seen before and feelings that were strange.
And the very next day, I was driving. I forget where I was going. I was running an errand, and I'm driving down Highway 100.
Mm-hmm.
And I look to my left, and I see this little red car, and both the driver and the passenger are both old women, like in their 80s or 90s, and they're all hunched over, and they're both staring right into my car. And one covered her mouth like, "Oh my God." And then they looked at each other, and then they looked back over at me. I thought my freaking car was on fire or something. So I was like, okay, whatever. I keep driving, and I bob and weave when I drive. So they kept catching up to me and staring at me at the lights.
Mm-hmm.
When I got out of the car, there was nothing wrong, nothing hanging out of my nose. I wasn't drooling. I wasn't on fire. My car was fine. I thought maybe my trunk was open. But the first thing I thought when I saw them was the witches of Whitewater.
What I thought was like, who knows who they saw in the vehicle with you?
Oh, Jesus, Christmas. I never even thought of that.
Yeah.
Thanks. Now I got the willy bumps. Wow, that's true. Well, for any of you that are listening, if you ever see something really bizarre in somebody's car, let the driver know.
Make it a little more obvious what you're doing.
Yeah, don't just stare at us and make us all insecure about ourselves. Let us know if you see something. Now
Mom's worried she has something in her teeth, but there's like a witch sitting next to her in the seat.
Yeah.
She said, "I'm still scared. The activity we got was mind blowing."
Yeah, it was mind blowing. I mean, it was a perfectly calm night. It was like 69 degrees. I was wearing a hoodie because I thought it was going to get down to 62, but the temperature was perfect. I wasn't cold. I wasn't warm. But then we kept getting these like cold spots over by the tower.
Mm-hmm.
And it was usually right before somebody would, whatever it was throwing the concrete and the stones.
Yeah.
I'm addicted to that place. I really am. I want to go back.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd be interested in going back to see what happens, to see if it was just like a 1 day type of thing.
Yeah. Well, Dad pointed out something, the fact that I don't always think before I leap, I have a Nikon camera. I could put it on a tripod and have it facing one way. And we've got tablets that we with, the webcams on them and shit that we could have facing in different directions so that we don't. Yeah, and the GoPro.
We could bring your trail cam out.
Yeah, I could bring the trail cam. But all these things I've got that I did not utilize.
Yeah.
Now, I want to wait until the next full moon because I seriously think that played a part in it. I know people think, it's the moon, don't believe all that, you're not going to turn into a werewolf, whatever. But I do believe that the moon is responsible and controls things that happen here on Earth.
And that, I mean, nearly all of witchcraft also revolves around the moon.
Yeah. Well, I was a CNA.
The moon and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I was a CNA for 23 years, and I can bet you $1,000 if you walk into any nursing home or retirement community on a full moon, they're acting crazy.
Yeah. Somebody I went to school with, MJ.
Yeah.
She's CNA. She said the moon does a lot of weird things.
Just like when one resident passes, 2 more will follow right after because they always come in threes.
Mm.
But yeah, so that's been about it. I don't know. I tore everything off my kitchen walls and I was gonna, scrub my ceiling in the kitchen and the walls. I slipped a disc in my back and that was Monday, but I'm working through it because I don't like being idle. I don't take anything for it because I don't believe in putting artificial chemicals into your body like that. Your body has the power to heal itself. It's mind over matter. And if you don't have a mind, it really doesn't matter, right? But so ever since I took everything down and started cleaning and I got the walls clean and shit, I was like, you know what? Since I've got everything down, I think I'm going to paint. So now I've got all the paint buckets up there and the rollers and the roller pans and the paint brushes and the tape. And that's what I'm going to be working on after this podcast. But yeah, we got to look into when the next full moon is because I'd love, love, love to go back to the tower.
Yeah.
And the Whitewater Police Department, I'd like to give a shout out to them because they're amazing to work with. I mean, I've had my back and forths with, whether or not I like the cops or this, that, and the other thing. But when they're willing to cooperate with you and you're willing to cooperate with them, you can get shit done. And when I called to get clearance to go to the University of Whitewater, the campus there, because that's where the Witch's Tower is, they were more than accommodating. More than.
Even though they were super busy that day.
Yeah, they were. Oh my God. She had me on hold like 3 times for like 10, 15 minutes at a time. She's like, it is so busy here today. And I was like, well, I appreciate your service to our country and I'm sorry to disturb you. I told her what I needed. She's like, oh yeah. She says, I'm going to call campus security and get you the clear. And she did.
It says the next full moon, September 10th. We're supposedly supposed to be.
Oh, we're going to be at Ed Gein's.
Mm-hmm.
I said it like we're going to his house or some shit, Oh, we're going for coffee. Yeah, we're going to be at his grave on September 10th, and that's a full moon. Isn't that freaking ironic? Okay, well then we have to find the next
It's
full
called
moon.
the harvest moon.
Oh, that's one of the good moons.
Wait. Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
And then October 9th.
October 9th. Well, I guess.
Hunter's moon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so that's the hunter's moon for the ghost hunters, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll go to the tower again on the 9th of October.
Mm-hmm.
You said the 9th, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Sunday.
Huh?
It's a Sunday.
My husband's in the process of getting the living room windows. We'll have those within the next week. And we're going to be replacing windows here. I'm trying to get everything done before snow falls here in Wisconsin because once that happens, you're just screwed.
You're just sad.
Yeah, it's like, 9 months of winter and 3 months of nice warm weather. And this Saturday, we're going to the park because it's Mia and Maverick's, right?
Birthday party.
Birthday parties. I had to make sure I had the right ones. I have 14 grandkids. And then the following weekend is Dallas's, my other grandson's birthday party. So it's busy, busy, busy. And then the first week in September, something's going on. I'm thinking.
Missy says, when are we doing the bus tour?
That's in October, I think.
Yeah, that's in October. That's like October 8th, but I don't know if I want to go there the 8th for the bus tour and then go back the 9th. Unless we hang out after the bus tour, get clearance from the cops and the campus security, and just hang out afterwards and just go with it,
Yeah.
Tell Missy we're going to plan an all-nighter then.
Then you risk.
You hear me, Missy? She's at the zoo with her kids, but listening to us. That's dedication. But I don't know, Destiny, what was the weirdest part for you at the tower? Nope, nothing? It was all pretty weird. What about you, Mason?
The flashlight thing.
Where it jumped?
Yep. Seeing that firsthand and not just like it happening, like watched it happen, watched it lift up, then it like rocked back and forth,
Mm-hmm.
and then it flew forward. That was the weirdest thing ever.
Well, that was up and down, not back and forth.
Oh,
So it was up and down.
Up and down.
Like I said, I treated them like toddlers because that was the first thought that came to my mind.
Someone commented, "Hey, I'm 10 years old and I'm in urgent need of help."
Good for you.
No, leave a comment. Tell me what's going on. But when you treat them like a toddler, I guess they decided to act like toddlers and throw a tantrum.
So they're on a YouTube live.
Yeah.
No. Call the police.
Yeah, exactly. Call the police. Don't go on YouTube when you need urgent help.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's commenting in the comments that they're a 10-year-old and they need urgent help.
So they chose YouTube for help.
I think
Basically, I'm stranded with a phone.
I don't know where I am.
You're on YouTube.
yeah, you're on YouTube.
Idiots.
Open the map.
Look for an adult.
Right now, I'm near the forest.
Oh, go in.
Keep going further. Find the cornfield.
Hey, Hansel, where's Gretel? Yeah, it's just somebody jerking off over there. But
No, I was looking up on YouTube to find where I am. Okay, well, keep walking. You're almost there. Turn left.
Figure out which way you came and do the opposite. Yeah, I'm not going to give that any more attention.
This is where your parents lived in the forest.
So next time, what do you want to do different? Besides have lots of cameras this time going in different directions.
I don't know. I don't think there's anything we do wrong. So, I don't know. Each situation's different. Kind of got to play it out.
This time I'm bringing 4 flashlights.
We need bright flashlights so that...
Oh no, I'm going to have a Milwaukee light for us. But I'm going to have the flashlight, 1 on the latch again, but 3 in other random places to see what we get.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to, I know I change batteries frequently enough on the equipment, but I don't know, maybe we need to do it more. I mean, 2-3 times in one investigation should be plenty, right?
Because batteries?
Yeah, my cell phone, I've got an iPhone 12 Pro Max, and I showed up with 99% battery. 5 minutes in, my battery was down to 2%. That's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. And we run we should bring battery packs for phones, actually.
Yeah. So we got to make a list.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. I don't know. Anybody else in the audience tonight besides the 10-year-old Hansel?
No,
It's going into the
got
forest.
eaten by a bear.
Oh, watch out for the big bad wolf.
Yeah.
That's really a sad life, that you got to sit there and half your brain is going, wow, what if it really is a fucking kid and he's, for realsies, he's lost. But then the other half of your brain says, why the hell would he go on YouTube if he was lost, But anywho, I think we're going to wrap it up. It's been a really, really long week, and it's not even over yet. It's only Thursday. Sunday, make sure you tune in to our episode of Supernatural Sundays, and that is at 7 p.m.
Yep.
7 p.m. Central Time. We're not in New York anymore. um, yeah, and then we'll let you know any further plans. We'll have a few other topics that I want to talk about. And until then, I hope you all have a wonderful night. Stay blessed and be nice to each other.